All right, so for the SetContent view, pretty much just similar to JavaFX in the term of you get a link to your XML file here. In JavaFX, we pretty much just do fxml loader.load, right? Get class, get resource, sample.fxml, right? Which is your XML file here that you have seen builder create a design of the GUI. And then after you load, it pretty much just go into so it's pretty much going to root, right? Because you load to root instance of the parent. And then primary state does scene new scene. And you put root into the stage. Stage is like a frame, right? Like I'm talking about like set title frame MVC model here. And this is the primary stage. And then we pretty much just load that XML on the top of this, correct? By set the scene and show it up. So in on the Android, pretty much just very similar, but it's just you set content view, right? Set content view when you create, right, the apps, and it's just get the contents from the XML file, right? And this XML file is pretty much just reside in R is like the resources here, RES resources, where you start to put all the XML file for the layout under dot layout. You see it's linked to dot layout and dot activity main, right? So that's it. That's the name. So we open that activity main, and this is pretty much the XML file. If you read by XML file here, we have one text view, okay, and we can switch to design. Now we need to, it's not rendering it's supposed to have the phone design GUI here. We need to pick the device, right? Add device, and we can pick the one that we create on our video from part 1 that show you how to create a Nexus 4 from Android Virtual Device Manager. Now you need to use that. That's how we link it to your application. Then we can pretty much just test your application with this emulator, right? I'm going to run that. So now I switch back to text, and it shows us random problems, and it say the problem is no Android SDK found. Please configure. So this is where I need to configure the Android SDK location. So it should be the same location here. Right. The direct where the Android SDK is located. What we're going to do, we need to go to File, Project Structure, and you see the Project SDK is missing. So we're going to try that, switch to Android API, and let's see what happened first. Voila, we get that Nexus 4. So you can just rendering the, just switch the view, right? Now this is just another issue. It's just talk about it's try to link So this is a text view that I'm talking about here. When you click, you see it's highlighted. Or if you look at the design, right? So if we have the error with the Gradle project, then we want to actually create the Android project with the application modules. Okay, don't use that one. Go to next, and let's create my Android app. Next, and then you're gonna use the emulator. So if you connect to your Android device, you can use USB device. It's gonna load to your USB device when you test. And make sure project SDK is Android API. New window. Alright, so now same, go to source. This is your main activity that we explained. So go to the RES resource R here, layout, which is already linked for you. And the main, you see hello, right? And then you should see emulator link. This is the basic hello world, my activity here. When you play this, it should launch your Nexus 4 that we set on the ABD. And it should pop up the emulator because we switched to emulator. Okay, so it's going to take a while to load that up.